How do you save your marriage when your wife won't go to counseling and is refusing to work on the marriage? After helping hundreds of men transform their marriage on their own, I realized there is one simple principle that changes everything. It's a principle that all my clients implement, and it gets them from situations like this.
She said she was done. My wife wanted a divorce. It was a pretty hopeless place.
To this.
She no longer wants a divorce. We've got to a place where we're building a brand new marriage and a brand new life, and it's great.
Today, I'm going to be sharing this one simple principle with you that has helped hundreds of men transform a marriage that has been struggling into an unbreakable marriage. With all that being said, let's dive right in. Before I share this simple principle with you, it's essential for you to understand what got you and your marriage where it's at today. I like to call it the skipping record syndrome. You and your wife have spent the last 10 or 20 years having the same arguments and the same negative interactions. This has caused emotional safety to be eroded in your relationship and you and your wife to slowly but surely drift apart. It's also led your wife to come to the false conclusion that you will never change and things will never get better. Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Luke, it's impossible for me. I've tried everything. Listen, I totally feel your frustration, but the fact of the matter is, brother, you have not tried everything. There's something that you're missing in your approach, and I'm going to share it with you today. This one simple shift allowed Alan to go from this.
She checked out. She was having an emotional affair with someone else. Marriage was done.
To this.
My wife came back to me. She checked back into the marriage.
So what's this one simple principle that's going to transform your marriage? It all comes down to breaking the dynamic. Just like how the skipping record syndrome got you and your wife to where you're at today, there is another dynamic at play here that's preventing you and your wife from making progress. I like to call it the tug of war dynamic. This is a tug of war that no one will win. Your wife said she's done and you're trying to pull her back towards you. The more you pull, the more she fights. The only way to transform your marriage is to break this dynamic. But most men don't know how to break this dynamic because they are totally unaware of what's driving their behavior. Your wife pulling away is causing you to experience fear and anxiety, which has got you starting this tug of war. But under the surface, there's a lot more going on. Your wife's refusal to work on the marriage is bringing up a sense of abandonment, a sense of being unloved, of not being good enough, of being a failure. Most men think the way to make this pain go away is to tug harder on that rope, but they are completely wrong. Your wife coming back to you won't heal the pain that you're feeling. It might put a plaster on it, but it won't heal it for good because deep down you're lacking self-worth and self-love. The only way to breaking this tug of war dynamic and transforming your marriage is to heal this pain for good. Now, if you're watching this video, I'm assuming you're like all my clients. You're a dad who doesn't want to give up on his marriage without giving it his all. If that's the case, I want to invite you to join my free masterclass where you will begin your journey to heal and transform your marriage. You can find the link down below. Enroll today. So now you understand the importance of breaking the tug of war dynamic, you need to watch this next video on the 6 secret signs that your wife is open to reconciling.